Eric sent me an interesting one. I don't know if can I mention this on the air, Hawk? It was an interesting one you sent me. I didn't know it was you. Is that acceptable to mention or no?
Yeah, just mention it.
Well, I have to ask him. I respect his privacy, if not his ability in radio.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to read what you sent me? Because this is a little... Will you two stop condoodling? Steve and Eric can't stop touching each other. It's annoying me. Just a couple of men who just can't keep their dirty little hands off each other. This is the page I got. The text from Eric yesterday, but I didn't know it was him.
Yeah, it said, Jim, if you get a chance later, I got to tell you about going to Chili's today and my girlfriend almost getting denied drinks and how this stupid waiter acted throughout the meal.
Okay, so he sent me this. I didn't know what was going on.
So you went to Chili's and have a story to tell about your experience, and you had it text Jimmy.
He texted me with it, yes, yeah. But I didn't recognize it was him because I didn't have his name entered. Would you? But now I entered it.
Did he tell you, or do you know what it is?
Actually,
okay.
That's why I'm bringing it up, because I'm thinking you want to tell the story on the air, but I didn't want to tell it.
So what happened at Chili's with Erock and his girl?
All right, so we get there, and the waiter, he's like 18. He starts IDing us for drinks. And he's looking at her license and saying, this isn't you, and she's getting all upset and saying, yes, it's me, how is this not me? And then he looks at her and says, okay, this is you, but this isn't your age. So she starts screaming at him like, how is this not my age? Finally, he doesn't want to deal with it. He gets us drinks. He comes over after every time he brought something to the table. He's doing like that waiter in Office Space in that Tchotchkes movie. He interlocks his hands. He's doing, that's awesome, with 2 double thumbs up, or snapping the fingers and pointing at you. Just all these stupid little, like, hey guys, have a good time, blah, 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 blah. And it was just driving us nuts. We were just thinking Jimmy would lose it on this guy.
Hey, Club Soda Kenny, did any fans show up today?
We had a couple outside, didn't we?
Yeah, it's the usual suspects. Another fine collection of dullards.
A few guys?
Yeah, one's worse than the next.
Oh, my God.
How uncomfortable are you, Erock?
Dude.
He told me the story, too.
Yeah, he did, huh?
With all the hand motions.
Yeah, let me tell you something. When I heard that, I'm going to see if this text puts me over in text and I get charged extra, you're paying me back for the time.
Out of principle, you're paying me back.
On that awful story, I wanted to throw hot coffee on him.
Yeah.
Not that it was bad just to mention in conversation, but the fact that he texted me like, Jim, sit down first.
Does anybody remember laughter?
Oh.
Well, Stephen from Bayshore, he writes, change Erock's name to Z-Z-Z-Z-Rock.
That could be the worst story ever.
It really is a story with no...
It's not even a bad story. Okay, it's just nothing. It's a vacuum of a story.
It's just a block of your life that you have to lose when listening to it. Like, for instance, this is something that's on par with that story.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I called room service yesterday, and I wanted to get potatoes, but she wasn't sure if she wanted vegetables, so she wound up getting the vegetables, I got the potatoes, and normally we'd split something like that.
Yeah. Here's my story. Get back to the hotel room, and I got to get to sleep. But I like having water next to the bed, and I didn't have any, so I had to wait to call room service so they could bring the water up so I could have it next to my bed when I slept. And the guy that came up and brought it was like really jovial and happy, and it was just like, it was driving me nuts that he was so happy to just be bringing water.
That's just terrific.
You want to hear my story?
Yeah, sure.
After the show, me and Keith went to lunch. I had a hamburger. He had a chicken panini sandwich.
Erock?
Here we go.
Got one?
Right now, Eric, your story is 4th on the list. Club Soda's is 1st because there's so much mystery involved. Anthony's 2nd because it's got the sexy I'm in bed angle.
Bill from Waterford, if that Erock story included a recreation of the baby bird, it still would be the worst story ever.
That he texted me with that, like, Jim, remind me.
Please remind me.
You working on a show idea? Here's episode 1.
Oh, hey, Lauren.
That story would suck if it ended in everybody being shot at the restaurant.
That couldn't be a
would
good
still
story.
stink.
There's no way that story. And then she looked out the window, and we saw the Hindenburg crashing. That would have made the Hindenburg story uneventful.
That story needed a ta-da.
It was awful. But not even awful like bad. It was awful in the sense that there's something missing.
There's no substance to it,
Exactly.
Erock.
All right, come back strong. Give us one of your screams. Off mic, though.
Come on, Hawk.
Off mic. We love the Erock scream. He screams until he runs out of air. It's just terrific. By the way, as he gets ready, changing gears a little bit, London, Ontario, Lori writes, sorry I'm late. Took this long to get to my computer. A lady died at our county fair this year in a marshmallow eating contest. How would you like to tell that to your grandkids? I want to see if that story's true.
Incidentally, to answer your question, I'd love to.
Yeah, no kidding. Oof. All right, Erock.
God.
It's the Erock scream, everyone. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.